Lily was a cheerful, curious little girl living in a quiet seaside town. Her long, wavy blonde hair gleamed like strands of sunlight, and her blue eyes always seemed ready for a new adventure. Her closest friend was a dog she'd named Spot, pure white, dotted with irregular black patches. They'd found Spot abandoned on the beach when Lily was still a baby, and from that day on, they've been inseparable. Every morning, Lily packed her small backpack with a packet of treats, her bouncy ball, and a set of colorful chalks. Then she and Spot would trot down the pebbled lane in front of their house. First came a game of hide-and-seek. Lily would disappear behind a cloud of kicked-up pebbles, only to hear Spot's triumphant bark as he sniffed her out in seconds. Next up was jump rope. Lily swung her long pink rope while Spot bounded through each turn, trying his best to keep the rhythm. As the sun rose high overhead, their laughter became a melody that seemed to make even the seagulls pause and listen. After their games, Lily built sandcastles while Spot dashed along the shoreline, hunting for tiny shells to crown her creations. They counted only the moments they spent together, never the moments apart. One day, a mischievous flock of seagulls swooped down and sprayed seawater over Spot's tail, sending him chasing them in a frantic, comical dance. Lily's giggles rang out like bells. For her, these were the happiest hours in the world. But mischief waited at home, too. One Monday, instead of doing her homework, Lily decided to invent a wild new game she called Super Kitty Fishing. She'd climb onto the living room sofa and, armed with her toy fishing rod, try to catch the fish in their big glass aquarium. Spot, ever her shadow, clambered up beside her. Together they bumped and jostled the tank so hard that the glass cracked, and water gushed across the carpet. The colorful fish flailed helplessly in the spill, and Spot bolted in panic. Thankfully, the family cat Whiskers remained calm and safe, but the fish, they didn't survive. When Lily's parents rushed in, they found her hair plastered to her face, her eyes brimming with tears. Spot stood at her feet, tail tucked low, whimpering in guilt. Lily's mother struggled to stifle her tears as Lily's father took a steadying breath. "Lily, this is serious. We can't bring them back." His voice broke. Lily choked back sobs and tried to comfort Spot, but the guilt in her eyes grew darker still. That evening, they decided to take Spot to the town shelter. In the car, Lily called softly to him, but Spot kept his head down, motionless under a damp towel. Even when Lily begged, "Please stay, Spot. I can't live without you," he only wagged his tail faintly. Lily's small fists pounded the window as iron wheels rattled beneath them, each jolt tightening a knot in her heart. At the shelter, Lily's mother guided her out of the car. Spot sat in a small kennel behind iron bars. Lily slipped her hand through the bars and stroked Spot's head one last time. Spot lifted his sad eyes to meet Lily's. Through trembling lips she whispered, "Don't forget me, Spot. I'll wait for you in my dreams every morning." But stuck in that cage, his warm head could go nowhere. Summoning all her courage, Lily managed a choked "Goodbye, my friend," and turned away, her tears falling freely. The next day at school, nobody asked Lily what was wrong. During recess, she stared out the window at the distant sea, longing for sandcastles with Spot, shell hunts, and sunset games. Coming home to silence, she realized just how empty her world could be. Even while jump roping in the yard, she felt utterly alone. Days passed, and Lily's tears never quite dried. All summer long, she imagined Spot popping out behind every rock, but he never came. When September arrived, her friends thought she'd moved on, but every night, Lily opened a small notebook titled Spot's Diary, writing down what flowers he loved, which waves made him bark with joy. Her words trembled between laughter and grief. Years later, now a teenager in high school, Lily paused one afternoon outside a new street kiosk. In the window was a small, faded notice: volunteers needed to help dogs at the shelter. Lily's heart clenched. Maybe I can save Spot, she thought, but the shelter lay across town, and Spot had long since been adopted by another family. No record, no trace remained. She felt any spark of hope flicker and die. No tears came, for she knew that some friendships, however deep, end in sorrow too great to cry. That day, Lily tore down the notice and tucked it in her pocket. Someday she'd save another Spot and tell her own children what true friendship means. Yet the emptiness in her heart never vanished. For memories, like footprints on sand, fade, but the void they leave lingers forever. And Lily carried Spot's image with her always, in every seashell, every grain of sand, just beyond her reach, in the silent echo of a friend lost too soon.